Hello, my name is GnittWitt, and if you own a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, or a PC, there's never been a better time to get into the best racing game available for this console generation, and luckily it is available on all three platforms. We are playing Forza Horizon 5, and if you've never seen a Forza Horizon game before, you are in for a treat. And I say that not just for people who are hardcore fans of open world racing or street racing type games or rally games. I am talking people who approach cars and car culture and racing games from kind of any and every angle. This is not just something that is a fantastic entry point for people who are maybe more casual racing game fans, but also for people who really want to celebrate all things car culture and, you know, play racing games the way they kind of want to. You'll see in a vast open world such as Mexico, there is a ton of open world to not only explore, but excite, you know, objectives and activities and things like that to do all throughout the world. I'm currently driving in a Lamborghini Countach, and for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use this car in a couple of different race scenarios. I'll show off some other cars in my collection, but the first thing I want to do is hop into a rally race with this Lamborghini Countach. Yes, a rally race with this Lamborghini Countach to kind of emphasize how approachable and flexible the racing can be in something like Forza Horizon 5. Oh, there goes my spoiler. Spoiler alert. So what I've done now is load up a rally race for my Lamborghini Countach against AI opponents. I am using a rally tuner setup for this car. I'll show more about the tuning setup in a moment. But the thing I want to emphasize is that if you want to get wacky and weird with your racing in Forza Horizon, you can absolutely do that. We're going to go ahead and do this race right now with the Countach and see how it holds up in a rally scenario. You're going to see a collection of various cars kind of tuned up with that rally setup, as well as some more traditional rally cars as well. I've also gone ahead and turned on a lot of the HUD elements so you can kind of get an idea of how this game looks and kind of what it's doing, you know, kind of in the background as you're playing through. You're going to notice I am drafting and earning points and drifting, and with that 2.0 times multiplier up there, that is basically like a skill point system. Like, you are basically always receiving some sort of reward currency for what you're doing in the game. But the number that you see up at the top at the 4,000 mark there is a currency that you can use to basically apply like different perks and boosters and things like that for your car. So if you're someone who you know, is racing very seriously and very cleanly, you will constantly be rewarded for performing well. If you're someone who is more of a daredevil, a risk taker, or is just driving around the open world doing stunts, you will still be rewarded for that style of play as well. You're going to see like drafting bonuses and boosts and things like that, as well as a variety of different skill points that I'll be earning throughout the course of the video. But you can see right now the car is not doing amazingly well, you know, as far as a rally car. Like, it's okay. You know, 50% of the race left, and I'm, you know, in the middle of the pack here. Doesn't give me a lot of hope for this race, if I'm being honest. But, you know, that's the risk that you run, taking a Lamborghini Countach into a rally racing scenario. You do not need to do that, but I chose to do that to start this off because I want to get a little weird with this video. We will take this Countach on a second race in just a moment. We'll do a street race, and hopefully it performs a lot better under these scenarios. But I'm doing not bad against these AI components. I think the AI opponents are on like a middle, you know, tier or something like that. Like, it's like middle kind of difficulty, medium difficulty. And look at that, I was able to kind of pull things around and make it through to first place. I should also mention you do have your different cockpit viewing angles and stuff like that if you are someone who fancies maybe slightly more of a serious approach to racing, regardless of whatever type of racing you are into. This game, it does offer that, and like I said, when you combine that with the various HUD elements that you can disable or re-enable, you can get something that is sim arcadey. Like, I wouldn't call this game, you know, like a simulation style racing game. I wouldn't quite call this game a full-on arcade racing style game. It is more in the middle, if anything, but there are flexible options available if you want to lean one way over the other. If you were to adjust your settings, you'd be looking at things like driving assist, braking, steering, traction control, all of that sort of stuff. This is kind of how I typically play the game. It even has a rewind feature, which I really appreciate, because as much as I am not bad at this game, accidents do happen, and I like to be able to undo what I did versus having to restart the entire race. Now I've gone ahead and loaded up the tuning setup for my Lamborghini Countach. You're going to see a lot of community-made tunes available for me to select here in terms of different race classes and strengths and weaknesses. And to be honest, you don't really need to know what a lot of this stuff means. What you really just are going to probably look for is something like popularity, and then also things like drive terrain, tire compound, stuff like that. I'm going to take my A-Class rally tuned Lamborghini Countach and convert it into an A-Class racing sport Countach, and we're going to take this on the road and stay on the road for a street race that we're going to load up here right now. I've also gone ahead and loaded up a different part of the world to explore as we do the street race. Street races and road races both exist in Forza Horizon 5. The only real difference is that street races take place at night and still feature traffic in the environment for you to dodge out of the way of. I think the thing I love the most about Forza Horizon 5 is that almost everything I've learned about cars, I've learned from playing video games. And it's like, this is a game that really allows me to kind of apply that rough sense of knowledge to the game and allow me to really experiment with different cars, different tuning setups, and different race environments that allow me to just, you know, again, kind of celebrate car culture the only way that I really know how, which is often through video games here. You'll see with the street races, we have our different smoke checkpoints that we're driving through. It is nighttime, and you can also tell that this car, with the same difficulty tunings, and you can see very early on with the same racing difficulty but different tuning setup, this Lamborghini Countach is performing a lot better against its opponents in this race so far. So you'll see there, instead of things like drafting and things like that, I'm getting speed, skill points. I'm getting drifting skill points in some instances, drafting, of course, for a lot of it, clean racing. A little bit easier to get a clean racing skill in something like a street race or a road race compared to something like a off-road race or a rally race. I should say, off the top, there are a lot of different races in this game. You have road race and street race. You also have your dirt racing, which is kind of like your rally racing. Then you also have your off-road racing, which has almost no pre-made, pre-imagined racetracks. Instead of, it's just kind of a checkpoint to checkpoint style system, and you are driving all over the place in order to reach those checkpoints. I'll load up one of those in a moment while we change our car out after this race is done. And just like that, we are done our street race. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. Now, before we start our off-road race, you should also take a look at the open world. There are a ton of things to see and do in Forza Horizon across the open world of Mexico. There are tons of single-player challenges, a ton of multiplayer challenges, online leaderboard, all of that stuff. And I can't stress enough, this game really allows you to approach it however you want. If you are a casual solo player, there's going to be a lot of things for you to do for hours and hours and hours. And that's really how I approach the game. I did eventually get into the multiplayer stuff because I was curious about the state of the leaderboards and things like that. But, you can see here, there are a ton of different challenges to choose from. And what we're going to do is load up a circuit style cross-country race, and we'll see how the off-road truly feels like when we apply an appropriate car to the scenario. Now, there aren't just, hypercars and sport cars and street cars and that sort of thing. There are a ton of trucks available, rally cars and Jeeps and things like that available in the game as well. I am taking this racing truck out for our cross-country off-road racing, and we'll see how it handles against similarly powerful vehicles. One thing I wanted to mention about the skill kind of chaining system is that if you crash your car, you can lose out on the skill points that you've accumulated so far. So you'll see there, I start to crash, and if any vehicle bumped into me, I would have lost that point kind of multiplier that I'm accumulating. So it's almost like a Tony Hawk combo system in a way. I'll show you what I can actually do with those points when we finish off this race. But you'll see here, this is a very different style of racing than what we had seen before. And even though it is a circuit style racing, there's still an emphasis on off-road jumps and kind of cutting corners and, you know, kind of going crazy here as we go through the race that we have so far. Now, one thing that you might have noticed is that these races are all fairly standard, you know, race length. If you are someone who focuses more on endurance racing, if you're someone who kind of almost wants to do like a Le Mans style endurance race, you can kind of do something like that with the custom made tracks that are available from the community in Forza Horizon 5. There are a ton of tracks that are available that are just, you know, laps and laps and laps of rally style racing throughout the entire open world and back. Same with road racing and street racing, if that is your thing. So if you're someone who wants to hook up something like a racing wheel, you know, even though I don't know if this game really warrants the need for a racing wheel compared to something like Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa or F1, you can still do that if you want to. I just don't know if you need it. But if you are trying to simulate more serious style racing, you're going to have to adjust a lot of different settings. Oh God. Oh, see, this is where we'd probably want to use the rewind system. You'd probably want to use a lot of adjust a lot of settings, and I did not rewind far enough. Let's try that again. Long story short, you're going to have to adjust a couple of different settings to get the more serious style racing that you might be looking for. And even then, there are going to be some compromises, because as much as this game really is flexible and open in how you approach it, it is not going to be able to mimic every single style of racing, you know, at the end of the day. One thing that I just really love about, you know, Forza Horizon is that the racing is so fun, that gameplay is so rock solid, but there is a healthy amount of a carrot on a stick style approach to the progression system, whether that be, you know, earning money to unlock cars, completing challenges that unlock cars that you wouldn't be able to buy with money, so on and so forth. There is a lot of things for you to be working towards, whether that be for cosmetic purposes, whether that be for the cars that you're looking to get. There's a lot to do, and I feel like no matter what, you know, kind of mood I'm in for, there is something for me to do that feels rewarding, no matter what mode I engage with in Forza Horizon 5. Now, I've kind of talked about what this game is. I keep missing that turn, by the way, because that jump is leading straight into a turn that I might not need to, that I should probably hit a little more straight on. But I don't know, man, like I just don't want to like sit here and gush over the game and be at a loss for words, but like I can describe what it is. It is almost indescribable how much I enjoy it and how much time I've spent with it. And part of the reason I'm making this video is because, you know, Xbox has their developer direct coming up very soon, where they're going to be showing off Forza Horizon 6, a game that I cannot wait to play. And as much as I'm saying, hey, you know what, this could end up being one of the best racing games of the generation across PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, there's always a possibility that when all is said and done, Forza Horizon 6 ends up taking that crown. I don't know. I haven't played Forza Horizon 6 yet. I can't really say, but I am excited to play that game whenever it does finally come out. So I want to hop into the menus really, really quickly for a moment and actually go to cars and go to car mastery. These are the points that I have been earning that I can put towards these different perks, such as sideswipe skills, scores, sideswipe skills, say that 10 times real fast, earn an increased 10%. I can gain a permanent 20% increase in event finish experience, and so on and so forth. And there's even one where it's like skill chains are tougher. Now you can break that skill chain with 2 collisions instead of 1. You'll see that I need 25 skill points in order to do that. I have 8 right now, but it doesn't take that long. Even if you were to just, you know, mess around with the open world, you know, spin some donuts, hit some jumps, you know, you'll eventually earn a skill chain big enough to give you at least 10 skill points in one go. And then, you know, if you have a car that you feel like is your, you know, all around versatile car, or your stunt, you know, car, or whatever the case may be, there are plenty of ways for you to earn those points and apply it to a variety of cars. Each car is going to have different perks and bonuses for you to earn. So it's up to you to find the car that you like and the car that you want to invest in, beyond just upgrading it with different parts and things like that, but also things like the point system and the you know, the skill score that you know, you're working with. Okay, I'm going to take you back to the garage for a moment. I have a lot of cars. It shows about 764 cars. I've put a lot of time into this game. If you really want to know, I will show you. 203 hours of this game just spent driving. Like I said, hey, I loaded up that Countach because I love that Lamborghini Countach. I've spent a fair bit of time in this game. I absolutely love it. And if you have the chance to play it, I think you might love it as well. Let's load up a new car. I'm going to just go through. You can see here, I have a lot of different cars. You can sort by brand. You can sort by car type. You can sort by like power and value. There are a ton of different car options for sorting and all those things as well. But what I want to do is go to my favorites and just show off some of my favorite cars that I have here. Things like the DeLorean, the Ferrari FXXK Evo, you know, Ford GT40 Mark II. And, you know, I also don't mind, you know, I'm a simple man at times. I enjoy things like a Civic Type R or, you know, Civics and things like that. But I'm going to load up the cover car for this game, which is the, it's a Mercedes AMG. The life escapes me. The name escapes me at the moment. It is the AMG 1. We're going to load that up, and we're going to load up a custom race, and I'm going to show off a couple of things here. One, just the way the online system is set up for the event lab and the custom created races that you can see. But then also, I'm going to show off the weather system because there is a lot of weather in this game as well. You can sort by keyword. I'm going to go and I'm going to sort by, I think it's not under this one. I believe it's extreme weather. Yes, extreme weather. We are going to sort by open class. That's fine. Category is fine. We're going to do a road race, and we are going to do just stay in Mexico, just stay in the open world designed by somebody. Season, you know, you have your hot season, your wet season, your storm season, and your dry season. We're just going to say any season, but with extreme weather, and we'll see kind of what we get when we load this up. For the sake of this video, let's just load up a Lamborghini car instead. Oh my goodness. I mean, I use the Countach a lot. I'm not, you know, necessarily super, you know, committed to the Countach necessarily, but we'll take maybe the fastest, one of the faster cars that I have here, which will go great in a tropical storm. That'll allow me a lot of control. We'll take this car here that looks like it's seen better days. I do admit I am guilty of really dumb paint jobs and custom stuff like that on my cars. A lot of those custom paint jobs are community made. I didn't make it. I just downloaded it. So if you're someone who just wants a cool looking car and just wants to hit go on something, a paint job that somebody made or a great tune that somebody made, so you don't have to worry about axle differential and all of that stuff. Oh my God, that is a tropical storm. You can do all that in the game if you want to. Let's do this race and see how we perform, and then maybe we'll wrap up this video today. You know, it's pretty hard to see in this rainstorm, not gonna lie. Let's switch over. Checkpoints passed, 5, okay. I don't know why it keeps showing me that. I don't even know what that means. Oh, I'm like losing points. Oh, I didn't even know there was a point system. When did they put a point system in? Is this when they tried to rip off Forza Motorsport because nobody bought Forza? Oh God. There goes one of my mirrors. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Ooh, a little slippery. Ah. Weird sound effects, I guess that's what you get when you get the community stuff, which is fine. I mean, I enjoy this race well enough, and I do just like seeing the crazy different storms. So every week in the game, there is a different season. That'll be what you experience in the open world. So it could be the hot season, the dry season, the wet season, or the storm season. And that'll affect just like the normal races that you do in the open world. But if you were looking for something more specific, that's where you can load up the community races and say, hey, I want to see the different races available in the storm season, which can include, I believe, sandstorms and not just, you know, tropical storms and things like that. Maybe that's in the hot season. I don't quite remember, but the thing is that seasons can make a difference in terms of the handling of the car and the visibility of the road. I don't understand what any of this means. Like contact, like this feels very much like they're pulling a point system from something like Forza Motorsport. I guess we're going to see how many points I have when we're finally done. Yep, checkpoints passed. I'm doing okay. Benito. Oh yeah, you also have a custom character that you can put different clothes on and stuff like that. You're earning experience. That experience gets you leveling, and there's a carrot on the stick in this game for sure. Once you finally level up, you do get to spin the wheel. You cannot spend real money on the wheel that you spin. You'll earn different cars, and you know, which I already have in this scenario. You can sell it for, you know, credits. You'll earn credits. There's a lot. There's seasonal challenges, there's online challenges, there's so many things that I haven't been able to show off in this video, but it doesn't matter because I love Forza Horizon and I could play this all day. But this video cannot go all day, so I just want to say that I have been GnittWitt. Thank you so much for checking out this video today. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. I hope you get the chance to check out Forza Horizon 5 if you played it. Let me know what you think if you're excited for 6. Let me know if you're a fan of the other Forza games. That's cool too. I just, boy oh boy, I did not care for Forza Motorsport, and I've just kind of come back to this every opportunity that I get. Anyways, I've been GnittWitt. This has been Forza Horizon 5, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.